This week on the Racer X Show, side-by-side racing for 2 national championships. We chat with GNCC ATV champ Chris Borich, and side-by-sides race it up on their own. And what is this doing on this show? We explain. All that and some news coming at you. Hello everyone and welcome to the Racer X Show presented by Chaparral Motorsports. I'm Greg White. Thanks for joining us on our racing highlight and news show. What a GNCC ATV finale. Can't wait to show you that. And from the MotoGP paddock to your garage, new motorcycles from Yamaha and Honda to show you. So let's get going.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Chaparral Motorsports. Visit Chaparral Motorsports online at chatmoto.com.
All right, we'll get you moving with ATVs, where it's been about 20 years since the XC1 Pro ATV Championship has been decided at the final round of the AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series, and a tie atop the leaderboard for the championship. Well, who knows if that's even ever happened. It was a proper winner-take-all race in both XC1 and XC2 Pro-Am classes as 4 elite riders look to secure 2 major championships at the 20th running of the Ironman in Crawfordsville, Indiana. And it's the way you want it. 2 on top, racing to the flag. Yeah, that happened. To the highlights, Gloop. When the green flag flew, NFAB Ampro Yamaha's Walker Fowler shot to the front. And despite a bad jump off the start, 5-time GNCC ATV champ, Team Maxxis Chris Borich quickly moved into second. Fowler led for the majority of the 2-hour race, while Borich chillin' from behind. He was waiting for a mistake. However, in true Borich fashion, the champ kicked it up a notch on the final lap, and the duo swapped lead positions several times as they encountered everything from lap traffic to deep mud and even the occasional tree. Fowler led the way into the final sections of the Ironman Motocross track, but Borich positioned himself to make a last lap pass for the lead. The 2 riders flew side by side over the final motocross jump, and with only a couple corners left to go, Borich inched his way into the lead, where he held Fowler off for the finish and the championship. With a total of 6 wins for the season, 21-year-old Fowler came within 5 points of the 2014 National Championship, and that hasn't been done during Borich's 5-year championship reign. As for Borich, he becomes the winningest GNCC racer of all time, with 73 race wins. Barry Hawk, who's done it on both bikes and ATVs, has a total of 68. In the XC2 Pro-Am, Cole Richardson and Marshall Goings also entered their race tied. The duo battled it out during the first half of the 4-lap race, but it was Richardson who prevailed in the end to capture his first career Pro-Am championship with a big victory at the final round. Well, we mentioned that Chris Borich won the XC1 ATV GNCC national title, his 6th in a row. And as ATV racing gets stronger and stronger, that is quite a feat. And since he's the champ again, we are pleased to have him on the Racer X Show. Chris, welcome to the show. Congratulations on your national championship.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to be part of the Racer X Show.
I want to take you back in time to the beginning of this particular season. As we look at the results, we can see that you won almost every race, 5 of the first 6. And then things started to go a little bit differently for you. And then you came back obviously strong in the final. Can you give us the broad strokes of the season and your mindset as to what was going on in the middle part of that season?
Yeah, we started off strong at the beginning there, won the first round, got a 3rd at the next round, and then got on a win streak there. And then, like you said, middle of the season there, just things weren't clicking for me. I don't know if I was off my game or just bad luck. We had some problems there, and then trying to come back strong for after the summer break there, we had 4 rounds left. And we had a DNF in there, which usually we never have a DNF. We usually have pretty much the whole season on the podium, top 3. But yeah, this year we were just off the box a couple times, and it made the points really tight. And then we came into the last 4 rounds there trying real hard, and just didn't work out. Brake problems and getting a contact tore out, and then it just left us up to the last round.
Certainly. So left us up to the last round, where you come in tied in points with Walker Fowler. Leading up to that race at Ironman, What was your week like? You know, do you do the typical thing? Are you thinking about this championship? What's the emotions that are running through you during that time?
Yeah, we definitely thought about the championship a lot, and those we had basically 3 weeks off, and it was the longest 3 weeks ever. I just tried to really work hard at what I do, and been on the bike every day. There was like 2 days failure and rain, and then other than that, I was on the bike every day, just trying to push as hard as I could, and just wanted it bad. And I knew going into the last round, it was definitely going to be tough.
4 laps in the race. Tell us, from your perspective, what did it look like? Because it was an absolute incredible last lap, but there were 3 laps leading up to that. How'd it go?
Yeah, we got a good start, and actually not a good start. Got a bad start and worked our way up pretty quick to the front. I seen Walker was up in 3rd and just started charging hard, got up to right behind him in 4th, and we worked our way up to 1 and 2, and then it was just pretty much a battle between me and himself the whole race. And yeah, coming into the last lap, we knew it was going to be tough. I'm pretty strong at the last laps trying to make passes, and I just knew if I was right there, we could possibly make something happen. And we just jockeyed back and forth so many times through that last lap. It was you just didn't know what was going to go on, and he made the last mistake on the motocross track and was able to get up beside him, and I was set up for the last corner to go shoot to the inside and get the win.
What's the future hold for you?
Oh, definitely a lot more racing for me. I mean, this year was definitely not the year I was looking for. Usually I wrap it up 1-2 races ahead of time, but I think it was awesome for the sport and the sport of GNCC racing to do that. But we'll definitely not try to do that again, but definitely try to keep winning and winning championships and see where it goes.
Well, it was awesome for us as fans to see it come down to literally just a couple corners to go, side-by-side racing, and a 5-point difference. So thank you so much for joining us here on the Racer X Show, Chris, and congratulations again on your 6th championship. And we're going to look forward to this battle in the coming years between you and Walker Fowler. I think it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, definitely it will be. Thank you, guys.
UTVs or side-by-side racing is good stuff. 1-hour races, they get their own course. You have to have a passenger. Hey, Ice Cube, that's a real ride-along. Anyway, it's super fun and more popular than ever. At Ironman, around 90 UTVs lined up to race, where a championship was on the line. In side-by-side action, 37 entries battled it out for a race win, with the 38th focused on the championship. It was a big day for Can-Am, as a team led by Kyle Cheney and co-pilot Chris Bithell took its first ever XC1 side-by-side championship. Can-Am Cheney Racing Team earned the 2014 XC1 Modified National Championship, necessary 8th place finish. The actual race, that was won by former ATV star Tim Farr of the JB Off-Road Can-Am 41 machine. In fact, Can-Am swept the podium at Ironman, with JB Off-Road 44 getting 3rd on the day. Confirmation of the points, Can-Am with the #1 plate and 3rd overall. With the rest, Polaris. This series keeps getting stronger and stronger. Next year should be fun to watch. Day 2 of the 2014 ISDE is wrapped, and the U.S. is looking good, kinda. Drama on day 1 as Team USA trophy rider Zach Osborne fell out of competition with a mechanical. He was 7th fastest in the opening test. That takes away any throwaway the U.S. would have. Zach is gutted, but is staying to cheer on Team USA, who now has to be close to perfect, and they are battling it out with France in these early stages. If you want to keep an eye on what's going on at the ISDE, visit www.fim-isde2014.com. They're posting daily highlight videos. Okay, now for something different. Stay with me, folks. With over 5 million views on YouTube, some of you may have seen this video. That is one talented young lady. But what is that doing in the Racer X Show, you may ask? Well, there is a story behind this video, and it has to do with motorcycle racing and Loretta Lynn's. And the person in the video is 11-year-old motocross racer Adi Malcolm. She wears number 68. But I don't want to tell you her story. Let's hear it from her. Let's welcome Adi to the show. Hey Adi, welcome to the Racer X Show. It's good to have you. How are you?
Good.
Now you've been doing these moves for only 6 months, but you decided to debut those moves in public. Where?
I was at Loretto International and I did their talent show. I was nervous and I did it, hooked it up, practiced a little bit before, and did a couple races, and then it was the day before, and it was awesome talent show. It was just fun.
And you're at Loretta's because you race. How long have you been doing motocross?
Well, we did enduros before we did moto, so my sister got her bike, then I did, and I was about 4 years old, and then when we started doing enduros, I was like 7 or 8 years old on my 50, and then after that we figured out about moto and just started doing some of the local races, and then we went to the nationals.
You're self-taught, came up with this stuff on your own, so how did the video come about?
Well, it was only a couple weeks ago. My mom and I thought that it would be cool because I was just starting to get pretty good. So my mom and I thought it'd be cool to go down to the Red Rocks. So we went down there and recorded, tried to go a bunch of places. A couple weeks later, it just went viral.
You're not kidding. To the tune of about 5.4 million views. It's big. MTV, Huffington Post, Ashton Kutcher tweeted about it. Ellen Show's called, Queen Latifah Show. So, here's the question. Is dancing your new thing, or is moto still your passion?
Oh, well, I've been doing motocross since I was 4, so I'm not going to give that up to another hobby. But, I mean, if I could make up a couple, if I could make some money, I would, give it for motocross, for property and tractors, dozers, water trucks. I won't give up moto.
Well, look, your popularity has changed the landscape of the Moto T's talent show. I'm sure we're going to have camera shooting now and all this kind of stuff. So can you give us a preview of your plans for 2015?
Well, yeah, a month ago or so, we already had, figured out a song and stuff. And I've been trying to teach my sister a little bit, so we might do a little duet.
Adi Malcolm, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us here on the Racer X Show. It was fun having you, and we'll see you at Loretta's.
Okay, thank you.
The largest international motorcycle show, EICMA, is going on right now, and it's time for manufacturers to introduce new stuff. Now, what interests me is how racing technology gets to the showroom. Yamaha introduced the new YZF R1, and it looks good. But Yamaha threw us for a loop when they announced the MotoGP infused R1M. Fully electronic Öhlins suspension, data logging, GPS with Wi-Fi, and a ton more cool stuff. The M comes out at $21,990. And for Honda, well, the MotoGP bike is the RC213V, and this prototype street bike, the RC213V-S. Details are slim, and people are speculating from $60,000 to $200,000 for this bike. Yup, a street-going MotoGP V4 from Honda. When will it come out? Not sure, but at least we've seen it. These two examples showcase one of the reasons why companies go racing: product development, from the track to the street. Exciting. Want to get out and watch some racing? Well, the FIM ISDE 6 Days of Enduro is in and around San Juan, Argentina. So, get down to Argentina and cheer on Team USA. Also on November 15th, Endurocross from Ford Idaho Center in Nampa, Idaho. How about this weekend? Team Hare Scrambles. I wish I could do this. Teams of 2 ride in a self-proclaimed world championship. ATV Saturday, bikes on Sunday in Athens, Ohio. Visit actionsportsracing.com for more information.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Chaparral Motorsports. Visit Chaparral Motorsports online at chatmoto.com.
We're wrapping things up on this one, but before we do, check out ATV stud Walker Fowler from this past weekend. He took his Project ATV out for what he said is, quote, the second best day of this year's race season, end quote. A late 90s model Yamaha Banshee. He raced it at Big Valley Raceway in Salem, Ohio, and finished second. Cole Richardson with the win. Well, that's it for now. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. Check us out on all of our social media links. On Twitter and Instagram, it's @RacerXShow. On YouTube, The Racer X Show. Like us, follow us, do all that kind of stuff. And you can follow me personally on Twitter. It's @GregWhite. Well, for the fine crew here at the Racer X Show, presented by Chaparral Motorsports and Racer TV, I'm Greg White. And remember, we are all racing all the time. Happy Movember. That's right, gotta get the Movember going on.